Elisha's were acts of practical help. He made a poisoned stew safe, caused an axe head to float, provided endless oil for a widow, and even healed a commander's leprosy. He brought God's power into everyday problems. 2 Kings 6 verses 6 to 7. 5. His power extended beyond his death. Even after Elisha died and was buried, God's power associated with him was so potent that when a dead man was thrown into Elisha's tomb and touched his bones, the man came back to life and stood up. His legacy of life-giving power literally had the final word. 2 Kings 13 verse 21. Elisha's story shows us that God's power isn't just for epic showdowns on mountaintops. It's for providing for widows, helping the clumsy, healing the sick, and bringing life out of death. He was a prophet for the people, demonstrating that God cares about the details of our lives. Which of Elisha's practical miracles is most meaningful to you? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe for more. In the epic story of Joseph and his brothers, one figure stands apart as the beloved youngest child, Benjamin. His birth and life are marked by both deep tragedy and profound redemption. Let's explore 5 key facts about him. 1. His birth cost his mother's life. Benjamin was the second and last son of Jacob's beloved wife, Rachel. Tragically, Rachel died giving birth to him on the road from Bethel. With her last breath, she named him Ben-Oni, son of my trouble, but Jacob renamed him Benjamin, son of my right hand. Genesis 35 verse 18. 2. He was Jacob's deeply protected son. After losing Joseph, Benjamin became his father's sole remaining link to Rachel. Jacob kept him at home, refusing to let him travel with his brothers. He was the best-loved son, and Jacob's life was bound up in the boy's life. Genesis 44 verse 30. 3. He was the key to testing his brothers. When the brothers went to Egypt, the hidden Joseph used Benjamin to test them. He demanded Benjamin be brought, and then framed him for theft. This was the ultimate test to see if his brothers would abandon another son of Rachel as they had once abandoned him. Genesis 42 verse 4. 4. His siblings were willing to sacrifice for him. In a powerful moment of redemption, Judah offered himself as a slave in Benjamin's place to spare their father from grief. This proved the brothers had truly changed, setting the stage for Joseph's emotional revelation and the family's reconciliation. Genesis 44 verse 33. 5. He became the father of a great tribe. Benjamin grew to father one of the 12 tribes of Israel. His tribe was known for its skilled warriors and produced the first king of Israel, Saul. From a child of sorrow came a tribe of great significance in Israel's history. Deuteronomy 33 verse 12. Benjamin's life, which began in profound loss, became a catalyst for his family's healing and a source of future greatness. His story is a beautiful reminder that from our deepest pains, God can bring about redemption and purpose. What part of Benjamin's story resonates most with you? Share in the comments below. If you found this insightful, please like and subscribe for more. Stripped of wealth, children, and health, yet refusing to curse God, Job's story forces us to confront life's hardest question. Can we trust God when he allows unbearable suffering? 1. The righteous man tested. Job 1 verses 1 to 12. God himself called Job blameless, yet permitted unimaginable loss. This divine paradox shatters simplistic views of suffering as always punishment for sin. 2. The silence of God. Job 23 verses 8 to 9. For 37 chapters, God was silent. Job's raw laments. If only I knew where to find him. Give voice to every believer's darkest nights of the soul. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts. People, and check out More People of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. Useless comforters. Job 16 verses 1 to 5. Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar became suffering's worst enemies. Theologians with neat answers. Their comfort shows how not to minister in grief. 4. God's thunderous response. Job 38 verses 1 to 7. When God finally spoke, he didn't explain suffering. He revealed his majesty. The Creator's rhetorical questions reduced human wisdom to dust. 5. Restoration and revelation. Job 42 verses 1 to 6. My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes see you. Job's restored fortunes mattered less than this, encountering God's terrifying, beautiful presence. Job's story asks, will we love God for who he is, not just what he gives? His ashes mark the road where faith is refined by fire. Like, share and subscribe for more. In the famous love story of Jacob and Rachel, there is another woman, often overlooked, yet profoundly significant. Her name was Leah, and her story is one of heartbreak, hidden worth, and a legacy that would shape a nation. Here are 5 key facts about her. 1. She was unloved from the start. Leah was given in marriage to Jacob through a cruel deception by her father, Laban. The Bible states plainly that Jacob loved Rachel more than Leah, and that Leah was unloved. She began her married life in the shadow of his sister. Genesis 29 verses 30 to 31. 2. Her name likely means weary or wild cow. Unlike the beautiful meanings of many biblical names, Leah's name is thought to derive from a word meaning weary, less flatteringly, wild cow. This perhaps reflected her father's view of her and set the stage for her difficult life. Meaning explained through context. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. She became a mother through God's compassion. Though she was unloved by her husband, God saw her pain. He opened her womb, and she bore Jacob his first sons. With each birth, she expressed her deep longing for her husband's affection, naming her sons Reuben, see, a son, Simeon, Herd, and Levi, attached. Genesis 29 verse 32. 4. She fought for her husband's affection. In a poignant and desperate act, Leah traded some mandrakes, thought to aid fertility. She had gathered to Rachel for a night with Jacob. This shows the painful rivalry between the sisters and Leah's relentless hope to win her husband's love. Genesis 30 verses 15 to 16. 5. Her legacy was greater than she knew. Despite feeling overlooked, Leah's legacy was monumental. Her son, Judah, became the ancestor of King David and, ultimately, Jesus Christ. Another son, Levi, became the father of the priestly line. The unloved wife became the matriarch of the Messiah. Verse on screen, Genesis 49 verse 10. Leah's story is a powerful testament to finding our worth not in the affections of others, but in the compassionate gaze of God. She was deemed unloved by man, but chosen by God for an eternal purpose, reminding us that our value is defined by our Creator, not our circumstances. Have you ever felt overlooked or undervalued? How does Leah's story speak to you? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this message of hidden worth resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Ambitious, handsome, and tragically flawed, Absalom's life remains one of the Bible's most dramatic stories of family, power, and rebellion. Here are 5 key facts about the prince who tried to steal a kingdom. 1. He avenged his sister's honor. When King David failed to punish his son Amnon for Absalom's sister Tamar, Absalom took justice into his own hands, orchestrating Amnon's murder 2 years later. 2 Samuel 13 verses 28 to 29. 2. His hair was his signature feature. Absalom was known for his extraordinary hair, which he cut annually only because it became too heavy. This same hair would later cause his death. Samuel 14:25-26. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts, verses, and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He stole the hearts of the people. For 4 years, Absalom strategically won public support by criticizing David's leadership and promising better justice. He stole the hearts of the men of Israel. 2 Samuel 15 verses 1 to 6. 4. He led a bloodless coup. Absalom's rebellion was so well planned that David fled Jerusalem without a fight. The prince even publicly slept with David's concubines to solidify his claim to the throne. 2 Samuel 16 verses 20 to 22. 5. His pride caused his downfall. Despite David's orders to spare him, Absalom was killed by Joab after his famous hair trapped him in a tree. His pride literally became the snare that ended his life. 2 Samuel 18 verses 9 to 15. Absalom's story remains a timeless warning. Unchecked ambition and unhealed family wounds can lead to destruction. His legacy reminds us that even the most promising rise can end in a tragic fall. After Moses fled Egypt, he found refuge, a family, and a wise mentor in the desert. That man was Jethro, a Midianite priest whose practical wisdom was a gift to the leader of God's people. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. He was a Midianite priest. Jethro, also called Royal, was a priest of Midian. While the Midianites were often enemies of Israel, Jethro was a worshiper of the one true God. He shows us that faith in God existed outside the covenant family of Abraham. Exodus 2 verse 16. 2. He gave Moses a home and a family. When Moses arrived in Midian as a fugitive, Jethro welcomed him, gave him a home, and later gave him his daughter Zipporah as a wife. For 40 years, Jethro's household was Moses' refuge and training ground. Exodus 2 verse 21. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He reunited Moses with his family. After the Exodus, Jethro heard all God had done and brought Moses' wife and sons back to him in the wilderness. This act of family reunification provided crucial support for Moses during an overwhelming time of leadership. Exodus 18 verses 5 to 6. 4. He gave Moses crucial leadership advice. Jethro saw Moses judging every dispute personally from morning till evening. He wisely warned Moses he would burn out and advised him to appoint capable leaders to handle smaller matters, establishing Israel's first system of delegated governance. Exodus 18 verses 17 to 18. 5. He blessed the God of Israel. Upon hearing Moses' testimony, Jethro didn't just give advice, he worshipped. He declared, "Now I know that the Lord is greater than all other gods." He then offered a sacrifice, and Aaron and all the elders of Israel came to eat a meal with him before God. Exodus 18 verses 10 to 11. Jethro's story is a powerful reminder that God sends wisdom and support from unexpected places. He was a humble father-in-law whose practical counsel and faithful worship left an indelible mark on the leadership of God's people. Who has been a Jethro in your life? A wise mentor who gave you crucial advice? Thank them in the comments. If you value godly wisdom, please like and subscribe. When God calls a person, he does not whisper, he stays the soul. Throughout Scripture, the Lord has specific ways of preparing his people for his purposes. If you have felt an unshakable sense that God is drawing you, pay careful attention. These are the 7 signs of divine calling. 1. Repetitive divine confirmations. God establishes every matter by the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. 2 Corinthians 13 verse 1. When he calls you, he will confirm it through his word, through godly counsel, through circumstances. This is not coincidence. This is divine alignment. 2. The unmistakable pull of the Spirit. Before you heard the call, the Holy Spirit began preparing you. A deepening hunger for prayer, a heightened sensitivity to sin, a weightiness during worship. This is the Spirit's work, drawing you into greater surrender. John 6 verse 44. 3. Strategic isolation. God often separates his chosen vessels before he sends them. Hosea 2 verse 14. Relationships may shift. Doors may close. This is not abandonment. It is divine curation. The Lord removes what distracts so you can hear what matters. 4. Holy discontent. A calling from God is often preceded by a sacred dissatisfaction. The comforts of this world grow strangely dim. You were made for more than this life, and the Spirit within you knows it. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11. 5. The burden of Ezekiel. When God speaks, he often gives his messengers a burden they cannot ignore. Ezekiel 3 verse 14. A specific people, a pressing injustice, a truth that burns in your bones until you proclaim it. This is not anxiety, this is assignment. 6. Supernatural encounters. Dreams, visions, moments of overwhelming awe. While not all callings are dramatic, God does confirm himself in ways that defy natural explanation. Acts 2 verse 17. When he speaks this clearly, he expects a response. 7. The confirmation of obedience. The final sign is the most certain. When you step forward in faith, God provides. Peace that surpasses understanding. Doors that open at the right time. Strength where there should be none. His calling is always accompanied by his provision. Isaiah 55 verse 11. If these signs resonate with you, do not delay. Respond as Samuel did. Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. And if this word has confirmed what you already sensed, share it with another believer who needs courage to answer their own call. Like, share and subscribe for more. A scheming twin who stole his brother's birthright. A runaway who wrestled with God. Jacob's turbulent journey proves how divine grace rewrites even the most flawed human stories. 1. The birthright theft, Genesis 25 verses 29 to 34. Jacob's name meant heel grabber, and he lived up to it. For a bowl of stew, he exploited Esau's hunger to claim Abraham's covenant promise through deceit. 2. The stolen blessing, Genesis 27 verses 18 to 29. Disguised in Esau's clothes, Jacob tricked his dying father. The blessing he obtained through lies would cost him 20 years of exile and teach him that God's gift can't be stolen, only given. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. The ladder dream, Genesis 28 verses 10 to 17. Fleeing Esau's rage, Jacob discovered God in the wilderness. At Bethel, house of God, the schemer received gracious unconditional covenant echoing Abraham's. 4. Wrestling with God, Genesis 32 verses 24 to 30. That night at Peniel, Jacob the deceiver became Israel. He struggles with God. His limp would forever remind him, true blessing comes through surrender, not cunning. 5. Father of the 12 tribes, Genesis 49 verses 1 to 28. From trickster to patriarch, Jacob's final prophecies over his sons shaped Israel's destiny. The man who once stole a blessing now became the conduit of divine promises. Jacob's story asks, will we let God transform our flaws? His life proves that those who cling to him even with selfish hands receive not just new names, but new natures. The historical events following the crucifixion of Jesus of Nazareth are the most critical in human history. Today, we examine 5 undeniable facts that form the foundation of the Christian faith. 1. The tomb was triple secured. A great stone was rolled in place. A detail of trained Roman soldiers was stationed to guard it, and an official Roman seal was applied, making tampering a capital offense. The authorities ensured no one could interfere. 2. The resurrection was a physical event. The risen Jesus did not appear as a spirit. He presented his crucifixion wounds for tactile inspection and consumed food to demonstrate his bodily resurrection beyond any doubt. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. The prophecy at his presentation. The righteous man Simeon, upon seeing the infant Jesus, prophesied he would be a dividing line and that a sword would pierce Mary's soul, a direct foretelling of his impact and her future anguish. For there were numerous, credible appearances. He appeared not once, but at least 12 separate times, to individuals, to small groups, and once to over 500 witnesses at once, as documented by contemporary sources. 5. The command to bear witness. Based on the authority demonstrated by these events, his final command was clear. His followers are to be his witnesses to the ends of the earth, testifying to the truth of what occurred. These facts demand a response. They are recorded as history, presented as truth, and form the basis of a faith that has shaped the world. If this evidence resonates with you, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe for more content that examines the truth of Scripture. Thank you for watching. Jesus performed miracles that left crowds speechless. From healing the sick to defying nature, here are 5 miracles that reveal his divine power. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Miracle 1. Jesus heals a mute man. A man couldn't speak, likely demonized. Jesus casts out the spirit. Instantly the man talks. Crowds marvel, but Pharisees accuse, by Satan's power. OOF. Miracle 2. Invalid healed at Bethesda pool. 38 years paralyzed. Jesus asks, do you want to be well? Then commands, get up, carry your mat. Boom, he's healed. But leaders are mad he carried mat on Sabbath. Miracle 3. Feeds 5 5,000 plus with 5 loaves and 2 fish. 5,000 plus hungry people. 5 loaves, 2 fish. Jesus blesses it. Food multiplies. 12 baskets left over. Crowd tries to crown him king, but he slips away. Miracle 4. Jesus walks on water. Word spreads. Just touching Jesus' cloak heals. Sick flood streets. All who touch him are cured, proving his power doesn't run out. Miracle 5. Mass healing in Gennesaret. Word spreads. Just touching Jesus' cloak heals. Sick flood streets. All who touch him are cured, proving his power doesn't run out. Which miracle blew your mind? Comment below. Smash like, share with someone who needs hope, and subscribe for more Bible power. From an infant hidden in the Nile to the leader who stood before Pharaoh, Moses' extraordinary life continues to inspire millions. Here are 5 essential facts about this monumental biblical figure. 1. A miraculous beginning. Moses' life began under a death sentence, but his mother placed him in a basket on the Nile River. In a stunning turn, Pharaoh's own daughter found him and adopted him as her own. This divine rescue placed Moses in the royal household, where he received an education that would later equip him to lead a nation. Exodus 2 verses 5 to 6. 2. The divine encounter. After fleeing Egypt, Moses spent 40 years as a shepherd. Then God appeared in a miraculous burning bush that wasn't consumed by the flames. From this holy ground, God called Moses to return to Egypt and confront Pharaoh, revealing his sacred name, Yahweh, and promising to be with him every step of the way. Exodus 3 verses 2 to 3. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. Confronting power. Armed only with a staff and God's promise, Moses repeatedly confronted the most powerful ruler on earth. Through 10 dramatic plagues, God demonstrated his supreme authority over Egypt's gods, each miracle increasing pressure on Pharaoh to release God's people from bondage. Exodus 9 verse 1. 4. The parted sea. Trapped between the Red Sea and Egypt's approaching army, Moses stretched out his hand as God commanded. Overnight, a mighty wind parted the waters, creating a dry path for over 2 million Israelites to cross safely. One of the most spectacular miracles in biblical history. Exodus 14 verse 21. 5. Receiving divine law. On Mount Sinai, Moses spent 40 days in God's presence, receiving not just the 10 Commandments but the entire covenant law that would shape Israel's worship, justice system, and daily life for generations to come. Exodus 31 verse 18. Moses' incredible journey, from prince to prophet, shows us that God prepares and positions those he calls, empowering them to fulfill purposes far greater than they could imagine. Which part of Moses' story inspires you most? Share in the comments. For more biblical profiles, don't forget to like and subscribe. Long before kingdoms, choirs, or symphonies, in the raw dawn of humanity, a man heard a rhythm in the wind and a melody in a plucked string. He was the child of a fallen world, born into a lineage marked by invention and violence, and his legacy would become humanity's most profound comfort and its most enduring art. His name is Jubal, the world's first musician, a whisper of beauty in the book of beginnings. 1. The first artist in a line of innovators. Jubal's story is brief but profoundly placed. He appears in Genesis 4, not in the godly line of Seth, but in the worldly, inventive line of Cain. His context is everything. His brother, Jubal, is the father of those who live in tents and herd livestock, the founder of nomadic pastoral life. His half-brother, Tubal-Cain, is the forger of all instruments of bronze and iron, the pioneer of metallurgy and war. And then there is Jubal. His inheritance wasn't land or tools, but culture. He is presented as the founding patriarch, the seminal source, for an entirely new category of human experience. In a family building the foundations of civilization, agriculture, industry, and now art, Jubal's contribution was the organized sound that would give that civilization its voice, its lament, and its joy. Genesis 4 verses 20 to 21. 2. The father of the lyre and the pipe. The text is specific. Jubal was the father of all who play the kinneh and the ugab. The kinneh was a small, handheld lyre, a stringed instrument often made of wood and gut, known for its sweet, resonant tones that would become the iconic instrument of King David. The ugab was a simple wind instrument, likely a primitive flute or panpipe made of reed or bone, carrying a breathy, plaintive sound. In naming these two, the Bible encompasses the two fundamental families of all music, the vibration of a string and the column of air in a pipe. Jubal didn't just make noise. He discerned and systematized the physics of beauty, transforming breath and touch into the first deliberate harmony. He gave humanity the tools for sacred psalm and secular song. Genesis 4 verse 21. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out People of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. Music born from a world of strife. His invention did not spring from an idyllic paradise. This was the generation after Cain murdered Abel. His was a world of exile, toil, and the building of the first city as a fortress against divine judgment. In this context of fear and fragmentation, the birth of music is astonishing. It represents a divine common grace, a gift of beauty and emotional expression planted even in a culture alienated from God. The hammer that forged weapons could also shape a lyre. The breath used for cursing could also fill a pipe. Jubal's genius shows that creativity and culture are not the sole property of the righteous. They are God's gifts to all humanity, a fragment of Eden's beauty surviving in the fallen world, offering a means to express the inexpressible ache of the human heart. Genesis 4 verse 23. 4. The unspoken legacy of emotion. The Bible doesn't record the first song Jubal played, but it implies the entire emotional spectrum his inventions would unlock. The lyre would later accompany both royal celebrations and David's psalms of penitent despair. The pipe would lead processions of victory and whistle lonely tunes in the fields. Jubal, therefore, gave humanity its first vocabulary for complex emotion beyond words. He provided the soundtrack for community around a campfire, for solace in grief, for ceremony and worship, and for the stirring of courage before battle. He engineered the conduits for joy and mourning, binding people together in shared experience long before laws or covenants could. In a sense, he invented the first true human language, the language of feeling. 5. A foreshadowing of divine redemption. Jubal's legacy points forward. His instruments, born in Cain's line, would be redeemed and sanctified in God's story. The lyre would be played in the temple courts. The pipe would sound at feasts. Most significantly, music would become one of the primary languages of prophecy and praise, a means to connect heaven and earth. In Jubal, we see a prototype. Even the gifts developed in a fallen lineage are acclaimed by God for his purposes. The beauty he unleashed, though birthed in strife, ultimately finds its highest calling in the worship of the Creator, hinting that God's redemptive plan includes a restoration of all art and culture to its original, glorious intent. Psalm 150 verses 3 to 4. So Jubal stands at the source of every song. In his hands, the raw materials of a broken world, gut, wood, bone, and breath, were fashioned into vessels of grace. He reminds us that beauty is a stubborn echo of the divine, persisting in the shadow of sin. From his first, fumbling notes sprang every lullaby, every hymn, every symphony, and every cry set to melody, proof that even in our exile, we are hardwired to create, to mourn, to celebrate, and to reach for the heavens with the music he began. What do you think Jubal's first melody might have sounded like? And what does his story teach us about art born in difficult times? Share your reflections below. His name meant joy to cry from his mother's heart for connection. But Levi's life would be marked by violence before it was transformed into sacred service. His story is one of fierce passion, redeemed by a higher calling. 1. The cry for connection, Genesis 29 verse 34. Now this time my husband will be joined to me, because I have borne him 3 sons. Leah named Levi out of a deep longing for her husband's love. His very identity was rooted in a desire for relationship, a theme that would shape his family's destiny. 2. The violence of zeal, Genesis 34 verses 25 to 31. When their sister Dinah was violated, Levi and Simeon responded with ruthless deception and violence. Their zeal left the city slaughtered and their father Jacob horrified. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. The scattered inheritance, Genesis 49 verses 5 to 7. Cursed be their anger, for it is fierce. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. Jacob's final prophecies seem to end Levi's story in failure. Yet God would use this very scattering to spread holiness throughout the nation. 4. The redemption, Exodus 32 verses 25 to 29. Who is on the Lord's side? Come to me. Centuries later, Levi's descendants proved their zeal once more, but this time for God. Their faithfulness during the golden calf incident redeemed their ancestors' violent legacy. 5. The priestly legacy, Deuteronomy 10 verses 8 to 9. God transformed Levi's curse into a blessing. Instead of land, they received the Lord himself as their inheritance. Their scattered presence became a gift, making God's holiness accessible to all Israel. Levi's story asks, can God redeem our flawed passions? His life shouts, yes. The same zeal that once destroyed cities was channeled into serving the living God. Our greatest weaknesses can become our most sacred offerings. Among the 12 tribes of Israel, some are known for kings and priests, while others are known for their strength and courage. The tribe of Gad was forged in the harsh lands east of the Jordan. Here are 5 key facts about its founder. 1. His name means good fortune or troop. At his birth, his mother, Leah's maid servant Zilpah, declared, "What good fortune." His name, Gad, can mean both good fortune and a troop or raiding party, prophetically pointing to the tribe's future as a group of fierce warriors. Genesis 30 verse 11. 2. He was the son of Zilpah. Gad was the first son of Jacob and Zilpah, Leah's maidservant. In the complex family structure, this made him the full brother of Asher and a half-brother to the sons of Leah, Rachel, and Bilhah. Genesis 35 verse 26. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. Jacob prophesied he will be attacked by raiders. In his final blessing, Jacob said of Gad, he will be attacked by a band of raiders, but he will attack them at their heels. This was a prophecy that the tribe would face constant conflict, but would be renowned for their resilience and military skill. Genesis 49 verse 19. 4. His tribe chose land east of the Jordan. The tribe of Gad, along with Reuben and half of Manasseh, so that the land east of the Jordan was ideal for their large flocks. They requested and received this territory, on the condition they would help the other tribes conquer the promised land west of the river. Numbers 32:1-2. 5. They were valiant warriors. True to Jacob's prophecy, the Gadites were elite soldiers. They were described as brave warriors, ready for battle and able to handle the shield and sword. They faithfully fought alongside their brothers until the land was secured. 1 Chronicles 12 verse 8. Gad's legacy is one of fierce loyalty and martial strength. From a name meaning good fortune, he became the father of a tribe that chose a difficult borderland and defended it with courage, faithfully standing with their brothers in battle. Which of the lesser-known tribes should we explore next? Let us know in the comments. If you're a fan of biblical history, like and subscribe for more. He was the least in his family, from the weakest clan, hiding from his enemies. Yet, God saw in him a mighty warrior. The story of Gideon is a masterclass in how God uses our weakness to display his strength. Here are 5 key facts. 1. He was hiding when God called him. An angel of the Lord found Gideon not on a battlefield, but hiding in a winepress, threshing wheat in secret to avoid the Midianite raiders. His first reaction was fear, proving God calls us not because we are strong, but because he is. 6:11-12. 2. He asked for a fleece, twice. Unsure of God's promise, Gideon asked for 2 famous signs with a fleece. He asked for dew to be on the fleece but not the ground, and then the reverse. God patiently complied, not to rebuke his doubt, but to build his faith for the battle ahead. Judges 6 verses 37-39. 3. God reduced his army from 32,000 to 300. To prove the victory was from God alone, the Lord had Gideon send home anyone afraid, leaving 10,000. Then, he had him choose only those who drank water alertly, lapping like a dog. With just 300 men, God's power would be undeniable. Judges 7 verse 7. 4. He won with trumpets, torches, and jars. In one of the most unconventional battles in history, Gideon's 300 men surrounded the vast Midianite camp. At his signal, they blew their trumpets, smashed their jars, held up their torches, and shouted. God caused the enemy army to turn on itself in confusion. Verse on screen, Judges 7 verse 20. 5. His victory led to a snare. After the victory, the people asked Gideon to be their king. He rightly refused, saying the Lord will rule over you. But he made a gold ephod, a priestly garment, which became an idol that Israel worshipped, tarnishing his legacy. Judges 8 verse 27. Gideon's story is a powerful mix of faith and flaw. He's a hero who started in fear, learned to trust God completely for an impossible victory, but ended with a compromise that led his people astray. It's a reminder that our weakness is God's opportunity, but our success requires constant vigilance. What part of Gideon's story resonates most with you? His doubt, his faith, or his failure? Share in the comments. If you're inspired by these biblical journeys, please like and subscribe. In the genealogies of Israel, names often represent more than just people. They represent places, tribes, and legacies. One such name is Gilead, a man whose story is deeply tied to a famous region. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. He was a great-grandson of Joseph. Gilead was the son of Machir and the grandson of Manasseh, making him a great-grandson of the patriarch Joseph. This placed him in the powerful, numerous tribe of Manasseh during Israel's time in Egypt. Numbers 26:29. 2. He gave his name to a famous region. The most significant aspect of Gilead is that an entire region was named after him. The land of Gilead, known for its rugged hills, fertile pastures, and healing balm, became the inheritance of his descendants. Numbers 32:39-40. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. His sons became major clans. Gilead was the father of several sons, including Jeza, Helek, Azriel, Shechem, and Shemida. These sons are not just individuals. They became the founding heads of major clans within the tribe of Manasseh, known as the Gileadites. Numbers 26:30-32. 4. His name means rocky region. The name Gilead itself is thought to mean perpetual rock or rocky region. This is a perfect description of the rugged, mountainous territory east of the Jordan River that his descendants would one day call home. Meaning explained. The name Gilead signifies a rugged, enduring landscape. 5. His legacy involved a land dispute. The legacy of Gilead was so important that it led to a significant legal case. When the daughters of Zelophehad claimed an inheritance, a law was established to ensure that land stayed within the tribe, specifically mentioning that the inheritance of the sons of Gilead must remain in the tribe. Numbers 36:1-2. Gilead's story shows how one man's name can become synonymous with a place and a people. From a great-grandson of Joseph to the patriarch of a rocky, fertile land, his legacy reminds us that our lives can shape the identity of generations to come. Which biblical region would you want to learn more about? Let us know in the comments. If you're fascinated by biblical genealogy, be sure to like and subscribe. He wasn't a prophet who spoke to the people for God, but one who spoke to God for the people. Habakkuk's book is a raw, honest conversation with the Almighty, wrestling with the timeless question, God, why do you allow evil to prosper? Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. He asked the hard questions. Habakkuk's prophecy begins not with a divine message, but with a human complaint. He boldly asks God, how long, Lord, must I call for help, but you do not listen? Why do you make me look at injustice? He gives us permission to bring our doubts to God. Habakkuk 1 verses 2-3. 2. God gave a shocking answer. God answered Habakkuk, but not in the way he expected. The Lord said he was raising up the ruthless Babylonians to punish Judah. This deepened Habakkuk's confusion. How could a holy God use a wicked nation to judge a people more righteous than themselves? Habakkuk 1 verse 6. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He took his doubts to the watchtower. After God's shocking reply, Habakkuk didn't walk away. He said, "I will stand on my watch and station myself on the ramparts." He committed to waiting patiently for God's clarification, showing that faith means watching and waiting for God's perspective. Habakkuk 2 verse 1. 4. He received a foundational truth. From the watchtower, God gave Habakkuk a core truth for the ages: the righteous will live by his faith. This principle, that a right relationship with God is sustained by trusting faithfulness, became a cornerstone for the New Testament. Habakkuk 2 verse 4. 5. His book ends with a song of triumphant faith. Despite unanswered questions and impending disaster, Habakkuk's book concludes with one of the most beautiful prayers of trust in the Bible. He declares that even if everything fails, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. Habakkuk 3 verses 17 to 18. Habakkuk's journey teaches us that faith isn't the absence of questions, but the commitment to trust God in the midst of them. He moves from "Why, God?" to "Yet I will rejoice," showing us that true faith can withstand any storm. When have you had to choose faith despite your circumstances? Share your story to encourage others. If this message resonated with you, please like and subscribe. After the exile, the people returned to Jerusalem with a mission: rebuild the temple. But they got distracted, and for 16 years, God's house lay in ruins. Then a prophet named Haggai stepped forward with a fiery, 4-part message to get the job done. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. His ministry is perfectly dated. Haggai is one of the most precisely dated books in the Bible. His 4 messages were delivered in a 4-month period in 520 BC. This specificity anchors his prophecy in real history and underscores the urgency of his message. Haggai 1 verse 1. 2. He confronted spiritual apathy. Haggai's first message was a direct challenge. Is it a time for you yourself to be living in your paneled houses, while this house remains a ruin? He called out the people's misplaced priorities. They were busy building their own comfortable lives while neglecting God's house. Haggai 1 verse 4. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He explained their lack of blessing. Haggai connected their economic struggles directly to their spiritual neglect. He proclaimed that their wages vanished and harvest failed because God was withholding blessing. The land itself was suffering due to their apathy. Haggai 1 verse 6. 4. He promised greater future glory. The older generation wept because the new temple seemed insignificant compared to Solomon's. But Haggai prophesied that the glory of this latter temple would be greater. This was ultimately fulfilled by Jesus Christ himself teaching within its courts. Haggai 2 verse 9. 5. His preaching was immediately effective. Unlike many prophets, Haggai saw immediate results. Just 23 days after his first sermon, the leaders and all the people obeyed the Lord and began work on the temple. His word sparked a revival of action and purpose. Haggai 1 verse 12. Haggai's short book is a powerful lesson in getting our priorities straight. He shows us that God's blessing is often tied to our obedience, and that he can use a clear, urgent word to reignite a passion for his glory. Where do you need to check your priorities today? Share one thing you can put in order this week. If this message motivated you, please like and subscribe for more. He survived the great flood and witnessed God's covenant, yet his story is marked by a moment of failure that impacted generations. He was Ham, one of Noah's 3 sons. Here are 5 key facts about this complex figure. 1. He was the father of nations. Ham was the father of Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. His descendants became some of the major powers and rivals of Israel, including the Egyptians, Canaanites, and other North African peoples. His lineage populated entire regions. Genesis 10 verse 6. 2. He witnessed his father's shame. After the flood, Noah became a farmer and drank too much wine, lying uncovered in his tent. Ham saw his father's nakedness and, instead of covering him, went and told his 2 brothers about it. Genesis 9 verse 22. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. His act brought a curse on his son. When Shem and Japheth heard They respectfully covered their father without looking. When Noah awoke, he pronounced a curse not on Ham, but on Ham's son, Canaan, saying he would be a servant to his brothers. Genesis 9 verse 25. 4. His brothers were blessed for their honor. In contrast to the curse on Canaan, Noah blessed Shem and Japheth for their respectful act. Shem was blessed in his relationship with God, and Japheth was promised enlargement. Their actions brought blessing, while Ham's inaction brought consequence. Genesis 9 verses 26 to 27. 5. His legacy is a story of consequences. Ham's story serves as a sobering lesson on honor, responsibility, and the far-reaching consequences of our choices. His single act of disrespect had a generational impact, reminding us that our actions, especially within our families, carry significant weight. A principle, Proverbs 14 verse 11. Ham's life is a powerful reminder that surviving a catastrophe doesn't guarantee righteousness. It's a story about family, honor, and how the choices we make in moments of testing can echo through history. What do you think is the biggest lesson from Ham's story? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments. For more biblical character studies, like and subscribe. What if God asked you to marry someone you knew would be unfaithful? That's the shocking beginning of Hosea's story, a prophet whose broken marriage became a living parable of God's relentless love for his unfaithful people. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. His life was his message. God's first command to Hosea wasn't to speak a word, but to marry a woman who would be unfaithful. He married Gomer, and her infidelity became a powerful, real-life illustration of Israel's spiritual adultery against God. Hosea 1 verse 2. 2. His children's names were prophesies. God instructed Hosea to give his children names that prophesied judgment. Jezreel meant God scatters, Lo-ruhamah meant not loved, and Lo-ammi meant not my people. Each name was a heartbreaking message to Israel. Hosea 1 verses 4 and 6. 9. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He redeemed his unfaithful wife. After Gomer left him and fell into slavery, God told Hosea to go and buy her back. This stunning act of redeeming love was a direct picture of God's promise to redeem Israel, even in their faithlessness. Hosea 3 verses 1 to 2. 4. He revealed God's heartbreak. Through his personal pain, Hosea gave us one of the most intimate glimpses into God's heart. He portrays God not as a distant judge, but as a betrayed husband, agonizing over his people's rejection. Hosea 11 verse 8. 5. His book ends with hope and restoration. Despite the themes of judgment, Hosea's prophecy concludes with incredible hope. God promises to heal, love, and restore, changing the names of Hosea's children to symbols of grace, my people and beloved. Hosea 14 verse 4. Hosea's story is a raw and beautiful portrayal of a love that refuses to let go. It shows us that God's love isn't based on our faithfulness, but on his character, a love that pursues, redeems, and restores even when we wander farthest. Have you experienced a love that wouldn't let you go? Share how this story impacts you in the comments. If this message of relentless love moved you, please like and subscribe. Often overshadowed by his famous father and his scheming son, Isaac is a pivotal yet quiet patriarch. His story is one of miracle, sacrifice, and a faith that preferred peace over conflict. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. His name means laughter. When God told Abraham and Sarah they would have a son in their old age, Sarah laughed in disbelief. But after his birth, that laughter turned to joy. His name, Isaac, means he laughs, a permanent reminder of God's surprising promise. Genesis 21 verses 3 and 6. 2. He was a willing sacrifice. In one of the Bible's most profound tests of faith, Abraham was commanded to sacrifice his son Isaac. Isaac, strong enough to carry the wood, was a willing participant, trusting his father. This event foreshadowed God providing the ultimate sacrifice in Jesus. Genesis 22 verse 9. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. His marriage was an answer to prayer. Isaac did not search for his own wife. His father's servant prayed for a sign, and God directly led him to Rebekah. Their first meeting was one of prayer and divine guidance, and Isaac loved her, finding comfort after his mother's death. Genesis 24 verse 67. 4. He repeated his father's mistake. Facing famine, Isaac went to Gerar, fearful for his life because of Rebekah's beauty. He lied and said she was his sister, just as Abraham had done with Sarah. This shows how patterns of fear can be passed down, even in faithful families. Genesis 26 verse 7. 5. He was deceived into blessing Jacob. In his old age and blindness, Isaac intended to bless his favored son, Esau. But Rebekah helped Jacob disguise himself and steal the blessing. This act of deception created a family rift, yet ultimately fulfilled God's prophecy that the older would serve the younger. Genesis 27 verses 22 to 23. Isaac's legacy is complex. He was the child of a miracle, the man of averted sacrifice, and the father of a divided family. His life teaches us about quiet faith, the consequences of favoritism, and how God's promises unfold through imperfect people. What part of Isaac's story stands out to you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you're enjoying these patriarch profiles, please like and subscribe. He is called the Prince of Prophets. His book is a grand masterpiece, spanning God's holiness, humanity's sin, and a coming Messiah. The prophet Isaiah's words echo from ancient thrones to our hearts today. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. He saw the Lord in a vision. Isaiah's calling came in a breathtaking vision. He saw the Lord seated on a high throne, surrounded by seraphim crying, "Holy, holy, holy." This overwhelming sense of God's holiness made him acutely aware of his own sin and the sin of his people. Isaiah 6 verses 1 and 3. 2. His name means the Lord is salvation. His name, Isaiah, means Yahweh is salvation. This is the core theme of his entire book. From beginning to end, he proclaims that deliverance, hope, and forgiveness come from God alone. Meaning explained. The name Isaiah encapsulates his entire message. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He prophesied the virgin birth of the Messiah. In one of the most famous prophecies, Isaiah foretold the miraculous birth of Jesus. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. He gave the world one of the clearest pictures of the coming Savior. Isaiah 7 verse 14. 4. He gave vivid details of the suffering servant. Centuries before the crucifixion, Isaiah described the Messiah as a suffering servant who would be pierced for our transgressions and crushed for our iniquities. This detailed prophecy was perfectly fulfilled in the death of Jesus Christ. Isaiah 53 verse 5. 5. His prophecy spans judgment and ultimate hope. Isaiah's message is a balance of sobering judgment for sin and glorious hope for the future. He ends with a vision of a new heaven and new earth, where God will wipe away every tear, offering eternal comfort to his people. Isaiah 65 verse 25. Isaiah's prophecy is a breathtaking bridge from judgment to grace. He presents a holy God who cannot ignore sin, but whose solution is a suffering Savior who would bear it all for us. His book is the entire gospel in the Old Testament. Which of Isaiah's prophecies about Jesus amazes you the most? Share in the comments. If you want to understand more about how the Old Testament points to Christ, like and subscribe. His story begins with a promise, unfolds in conflict, and ends with a legacy of nations. Ishmael, the son of Abraham and Hagar, is a foundational figure whose life is a complex mix of divine promise and human hardship. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. His birth was a plan of human impatience. After years of waiting for God's promise of a son, Sarah grew impatient. She gave her Egyptian maidservant, Hagar, to Abraham to bear a child on her behalf. Ishmael was a result of this lack of faith in God's timing. Genesis 16 verses 1 to 2. 2. His name means God hears. An angel of the Lord found Hagar in the desert and told her to return to Sarah. The angel said, "You shall name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard of your misery." His name is a permanent testament that God hears the cry of the afflicted. Genesis 16 verse 11. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He was circumcised as part of God's covenant. When God established his covenant of circumcision with Abraham, 13-year-old Ishmael was circumcised on the same day as his father and all the men of his household. He was included in the physical sign of the covenant, though the promise would flow through Isaac. Genesis 17:23, 25-26. 4. He and his mother were cast out. After Isaac was born, tension erupted. At a feast for Isaac, Sarah saw Ishmael mocking and demanded that Hagar and Ishmael be sent away. Though greatly distressed, Abraham obeyed God, who reassured him that Ishmael would also become a nation. Genesis 21 verses 9-10, 14. 5. He became the father of 12 tribes. God was faithful to his promise. Ishmael became a skilled archer, settled in the desert of Paran, and married an Egyptian woman. He fathered 12 sons, who became 12 tribal rulers, fulfilling the prophecy that he would be the father of a great nation. Genesis 25 verses 12-13, 16. Ishmael's story is one of profound complexity, a life caught between a divine promise and human conflict. He reminds us that God's plans are sovereign, his compassion is vast, and he hears the cry of the outcast, weaving even our struggles into his grand story. What part of Ishmael's story resonates most with you? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments. For more on the complex figures of Genesis, like and subscribe. Among the 12 tribes of Israel, some were known as warriors and kings. But one tribe, Issachar, was renowned for its wisdom and understanding of the times. It all started with their founder. Here are 5 key facts about Issachar. 1. His name means reward or hire. After Leah had stopped bearing children, her son Reuben found some mandrakes, thought to aid fertility. Leah traded them to Rachel for a night with Jacob. When she conceived, she said, "God has given me my reward." So she named him Issachar. Genesis 30 verse 18. 2. He was Leah's 5th son. Issachar was the 9th son of Jacob overall, but the 5th son born to Leah. He was part of the large family group that would eventually form the core of the nation of Israel, born into the complex dynamics between Leah and Rachel. Genesis 35 verse 23. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. Jacob prophesied he would be a strong donkey. In his final blessing, Jacob described Issachar as a raw-boned donkey crouching between 2 saddlebags. This was a metaphor for a people who would choose a life of hard labor and agricultural toil in a pleasant land, bearing the burden of quiet productivity. Verse on screen, Genesis 49 verses 14-15. 4. His tribe was known for wisdom and discernment. Centuries later, the tribe of Issachar was singled out for its wisdom. During David's rise to power, they were described as men who understood the times and knew what Israel should do. They were the strategists and advisors of the nation. 1 Chronicles 12 verse 32. 5. His tribe inherited a fertile portion of land. When the promised land was divided, the tribe of Issachar received a very fertile and strategically important region, the Jezreel Valley. This rich agricultural heartland fulfilled Jacob's prophecy of a pleasant land where they could labor productively. Joshua 19 verses 17-18, 23. Issachar's legacy isn't one of flashy heroics, but of steadfast strength and insightful wisdom. He reminds us that there is great honor in diligent labor, discernment, and understanding the times we live in to guide others wisely. Which character trait do you value more, warrior strength or wise discernment? Let us know in the comments. If you appreciate these lesser-known stories, please like and subscribe. He was a deceiver who became a patriarch, a wrestler who was given a new name. The story of Jacob is a profound journey of struggle, transformation, and God's unwavering grace. Here are 5 key facts about this complex father of a nation. 1. His name means he grasped the heel or deceiver. Jacob was born grasping the heel of his twin brother, Esau. His name, Jacob, means he grasps the heel, which is an idiom for he deceives. This name defined the first half of his life, as he tricked his brother out of both his birthright and his blessing. Genesis 25 verse 26. 2. He fled after stealing Esau's blessing. After deceiving his blind father, Isaac, and stealing the blessing meant for Esau, Jacob was forced to flee for his life. He left everything behind and began a journey that would ultimately lead to his transformation. Genesis 27 verses 41 and 43. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He wrestled with God and was renamed. On his return journey, a mysterious man wrestled with Jacob all night. As dawn broke, the man touched his hip and crippled him, but also blessed him and gave him a new name, Israel, which means he struggles with God. Genesis 32 verse 28. 4. He fell in love at a well. When Jacob arrived in Haran, he saw Rachel at a well and was so overcome with love that he single-handedly rolled away a massive stone to water her flocks. He agreed to work 7 years for her hand in marriage, which seemed like only a few days to him because of his love for her. Genesis 29 verse 20. 5. He was the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. Jacob's 12 sons, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin, became the patriarchs of the 12 tribes of Israel. His legacy, born from struggle and grace, shaped the entire nation of God's people. Genesis 35 verses 22 to 26. Jacob's life is the ultimate story of redemption. He shows us that God doesn't choose perfect people, but he faithfully transforms them. From a deceitful heel-grabber to a God wrestler who founded a nation, his journey proves that grace can rewrite any story. What part of Jacob's transformation resonates most with you? Share in the comments. If you're inspired by stories of grace and change, please like and subscribe. On the 12 apostles, some, like Peter and John, stand in the spotlight. Others, like James the Less, serve faithfully in the background. But his quiet presence reminds us that every role in God's kingdom is vital. Here are 5 facts about this often overlooked apostle. 1. He was known as the Less. He is called James the Less to distinguish him from James, the brother of John. The title Less likely refers to being younger or shorter in stature, not lesser in faith. It shows that God values faithfulness, not fame. Mark 15 verse 40. 2. He was the son of Alphaeus. The Bible identifies him specifically as James, son of Alphaeus. This simple designation sets him apart and anchors him in the community of disciples, showing that even the less prominent followers were known and valued by Jesus. Matthew 10 verse 3. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. His mother served at the cross. While most of the disciples fled, James's mother, named Mary, was among the brave women who witnessed Jesus' crucifixion from a distance. Her faithfulness suggests a family deeply committed to Jesus, even in his darkest hour. Mark 15 verse 40. 4. He was a witness of the risen Christ. As one of the 12, James the Less was a first-hand witness of Jesus' ministry, death, and resurrection. He was there when the risen Christ appeared to the disciples, affirming his role as a foundational witness of the gospel. Implied, Acts 1 verses 12 to 13. 5. His legacy is faithful obscurity. James the Less never wrote a book of the Bible or led the church like Peter. His legacy is one of faithful obscurity, showing us that we don't need a famous name to make an eternal impact. Simply following Jesus where he places us is enough. 1 Corinthians 12 verse 22. In a world that craves recognition, James the Less is a quiet hero. He reminds us that God's kingdom is built not only by the towering figures but also by the faithful, steady service of those whose names we barely know. Who is it James the Less in your life? Someone who serves faithfully without recognition. Give them a shout out in the comments. If you value the unsung heroes, hit the like button and subscribe. The Great Flood. The world was repopulated by the 3 sons of Noah. While much attention is given to Shem and Ham, the legacy of the second son, Japheth, is one of immense expansion and blessing. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. His name means may he enlarge. Japheth's name is a prayer meaning may he enlarge. This was prophetically fulfilled, as his descendants would become the coastal peoples who spread out across the earth, inhabiting the islands and coastlands, greatly enlarging their territory. Genesis 9 verse 27. 2. He was a brother who showed honor. When Noah lay drunk and uncovered in his tent, Ham dished at him. But Shem and Japheth took a garment, walked in backwards, and covered their father without looking. Their act of respect stands in stark contrast to Ham's disrespect. Genesis 9 verse 23. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He received a blessing of expansion. In his prophecy, Noah said, "May God enlarge Japheth, and let him dwell in the tents of Shem." This blessing meant his descendants would be numerous, expansive, and would share in the spiritual blessings given to Shem's line. Genesis 9 verse 27. 4. His descendants populated the Gentile nations. Japheth is traditionally considered the forefather of the Indo-European peoples. His sons, like Jovan, Tubal, and Meshech, are linked to the peoples who settled in the coastal regions, the islands, and what would become Greece, Anatolia, and parts of Europe. Genesis 10 verses 2 to 5. 5. His blessing points to the gospel for all nations. The blessing that Japheth would dwell in the tents of Shem finds its ultimate fulfillment in the gospel. Through Shem's line came the Jews and the Messiah, Jesus, who opened the door for the Gentiles, the descendants of Japheth, to become partakers of God's covenant promises. Ephesians 3 verse 6. Japheth's story is a foundational piece of biblical history, showing God's heart for all nations from the very beginning. His legacy of enlargement reminds us that God's plan of salvation was always destined to expand beyond one people to encompass the entire world. How does seeing the Old Testament's focus on all nations change your perspective? Share in the comments. For more on the foundational families of the Bible, like and subscribe. He was called the weeping prophet, a man chosen before birth to deliver a message no one wanted to hear. For 40 years, Jeremiah faithfully served as God's messenger to a nation on the brink of disaster. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. He was called before he was born. God's call to Jeremiah was both intimate and inescapable. The Lord told him, "Before I formed you in the womb I knew you. Before you were born I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." His destiny was sealed before his first breath. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. 2. He was forbidden to marry. As part of his prophetic mission, God commanded Jeremiah not to marry or have children. This was a living symbol to the people that imminent judgment was coming, and normal family life would be shattered by the coming catastrophe. Jeremiah 16 verse 2. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. His message made him deeply hated. For proclaiming God's judgment and urging surrender to Babylon, Jeremiah was branded a traitor. He was imprisoned, beaten, and even thrown into a muddy cistern to die. His faithfulness cost him everything. Jeremiah 38 verse 6. 4. He wrote 2 books of the Bible. Jeremiah is the traditional author of the book of Jeremiah, which contains his prophecies, and the book of Lamentations, a series of poetic dirges mourning the destruction of Jerusalem he had foretold. One book warns of sorrow, the other grieves it. Context: the book of Lamentations is attributed to Jeremiah. 5. He prophesied a new covenant. In the midst of utter despair, Jeremiah delivered one of the most hopeful prophecies in Scripture. God would make a new covenant with his people, writing his law on their hearts. This was fulfilled in Jesus Christ. Jeremiah 31 verses 31 and 33. Jeremiah's life was a paradox, a message of doom paired with a heart of compassion, a calling that brought isolation, and a prophecy of destruction that contained the seed of ultimate hope. He shows us what it means to be faithful, even when it hurts. Have you ever had to deliver a difficult truth? How did you handle it? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments. If you're moved by stories of resilient faith, please like and subscribe. Sometimes in the Bible, a person's greatest legacy is not what they achieve, but who they raise. Jesse of Bethlehem is the perfect example, a humble man whose name is forever remembered as the father of a king and the root of the Messiah. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. He was a grandson of Ruth and Boaz. Jesse's story is rooted in one of the Bible's great love stories. He was the son of Obed and the grandson of the faithful Moabite woman, Ruth, and her redeemer, Boaz. This means King David, and Jesus himself, had Gentile blood in their lineage. Ruth 4 verse 17. 2. He had 8 sons. Jesse was the father of 8 sons. When the prophet Samuel came to anoint one of them as the future king, Jesse confidently presented his 7 eldest. He didn't even initially call his youngest, David, from the fields, showing how easily the Lord's chosen can be overlooked. 1 Samuel 16 verses 10 to 11. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He was a man of humble means. Jesse was not a wealthy or powerful man. He was a farmer and shepherd from the small town of Bethlehem. His son David was tending the sheep when Samuel called for him, a humble beginning for Israel's greatest king. 1 Samuel 16:11. 4. He sent David to the battlefield. While his elder sons were in Saul's army, Jesse sent David to the battlefield not as a soldier, but as a delivery boy. He was to bring food and check on his brothers. This simple, mundane errand positioned David for his legendary confrontation with Goliath. 1 Samuel 17 verses 17 to 18. 5. He is in the lineage of Jesus. Jesse's greatest honor is his place in the line of the Messiah. The prophet Isaiah foretold that a shoot will come up from the stump of Jesse. Jesus Christ is that promised shoot, the ultimate king descended from the humble shepherd of Bethlehem. Isaiah 11 verse 1. Jesse's life teaches us a powerful lesson. God often works through ordinary, faithful families in unexpected places. Your significance isn't always in your own achievements, but in how you raise the next generation and your role in God's eternal story. Who has been a Jesse in your life? Someone who supported you behind the scenes. Give them a shout out in the comments. If you appreciate these foundational stories, please like and subscribe. Moses fled Egypt. He found refuge, a family, and a wise mentor in the desert. That man was Jethro, a Midianite priest whose practical wisdom was a gift to the leader of God's people. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. He was a Midianite priest. Jethro, also called Royal, was a priest of Midian. While the Midianites were often enemies of Israel, Jethro was a worshiper of the one true God. He shows us that faith in God existed outside the covenant family of Abraham. Exodus 2 verse 16. 2. He gave Moses a home and a family. When Moses arrived in Midian as a fugitive, Jethro welcomed him, gave him a home, and later gave him his daughter Zipporah as a wife. For 40 years, Jethro's household was Moses' refuge and training ground. Exodus 2 verse 21. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He reunited Moses with his family. After the Exodus, Jethro heard all God had done and brought Moses' wife and sons back to him in the wilderness. This act of family reunification provided crucial support for Moses during an overwhelming time of leadership. Exodus 18 verses 5 to 6. 4. He gave Moses crucial leadership advice. Jethro saw Moses judging every dispute personally from morning till evening. He wisely warned Moses he would burn out and advised him to appoint capable leaders to handle smaller matters, establishing Israel's first system of delegated governance. Exodus 18 verses 17 to 18. 5. He blessed the God of Israel. Upon hearing Moses' testimony, Jethro didn't just give advice, he worshipped. He declared, "Now I know that the Lord is greater than all other gods." He then offered a sacrifice, and Aaron and all the elders of Israel came to eat a meal with him before God. Exodus 18 verses 10 to 11. Jethro's story is a powerful reminder that God sends wisdom and support from unexpected places. He was a humble father-in-law whose practical counsel and faithful worship left an indelible mark on the leadership of God's people. Who has been a Jethro in your life? A wise mentor who gave you crucial advice? Thank them in the comments. If you value godly wisdom, please like and subscribe. A catastrophic locust plague descends, devouring everything in its path. But one prophet saw this disaster as a divine warning of something even greater. His name was Joel, and his message bridges a national crisis and a future hope for all humanity. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. He prophesied during a national disaster. Joel's prophecy begins with a vivid, immediate crisis, a massive invasion of locusts. This wasn't just a natural disaster. Joel interpreted it as a wake-up call from God, a picture of his coming judgment if the people did not repent. Joel 1 verse 4. 2. His central call was to repentance. Joel's solution was clear and urgent. "Return to me with all your heart," declares the Lord. He called for a national assembly, a sacred fast where everyone, from the elders to the infants, should weep and repent. Joel 2 verses 12 to 13. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He promised the outpouring of God's Spirit. In one of the most famous prophecies, Joel looked beyond judgment to a future hope. God promised to pour out his Spirit on all people. Sons and daughters would prophesy, young men would see visions, and old men would dream dreams. Joel 2 verses 28 to 29. 4. His prophecy was fulfilled at Pentecost. This promise was dramatically fulfilled centuries later on the day of Pentecost. The Apostle Peter stood up and declared that the coming of the Holy Spirit was the direct fulfillment of Joel's prophecy, launching the church age. Acts 2 verses 16 to 17. 5. He proclaimed the day of the Lord. Joel repeatedly warns of the day of the Lord, a time of both terrible judgment and glorious salvation. He ends his book with a vision of God dwelling with his people and blessing them abundantly, a hope that points to the final restoration of all things. Joel 3 verses 16 to 17. Joel's message is a powerful journey from ruin to restoration. He shows us that God can use even the darkest crises to call his people back to himself. And he always holds out a promise of future hope and spiritual renewal that is available to all. Have you ever experienced a wake-up call that drew you closer to God? Share your story in the comments. If this message of repentance and hope resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Abigail is one of the most strikingly intelligent and courageous women in the Bible. Her quick action and profound wisdom single-handedly prevented a massacre. Here are 10 biblical facts about this remarkable woman. 1. Her name's meaning. Her name, Abigail, means my father's joy or cause of joy. This meaning is profoundly fitting, as her actions would become a source of joy and salvation for her household. 1 Samuel 25 verse 3. 2. A woman of discernment and beauty. The Bible introduces her with a rare dual description. She was a woman of good understanding and beautiful appearance. This highlights that her true strength was a combination of intellect and character. 1 Samuel 25 verse 3. 3. Married to a foolish man. Sadly, she was married to Nabal, whose name means fool. Scripture describes him as harsh and badly behaved, a man whose foolishness stood in stark opposition to Abigail's wisdom. 1 Samuel 25 verses 3 and 25. 4. David's rightful request. David and his men had protected Nabal's shepherds and flocks in the wilderness. David then respectfully sent messengers to Nabal during a feast, asking for provisions in return for their service. 1 Samuel 25 verses 7 to 8. 5. Nabal's insulting refusal. Nabal responded with insult, asking, "Who is David? Shall I take my bread and my water and my meat that I have killed for my shearers and give it to men who come from I do not know where?" 1 Samuel 25 verses 10 to 11. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts, verses, and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 6. Abigail's immediate intervention. A wise servant alerted Abigail to the danger. Without consulting her husband, she acted decisively, preparing a massive provision of food to intercept David and avert his wrath. 1 Samuel 25 verses 14 to 18. 7. Her humble and prophetic plea. She met David, humbled herself, and delivered a stunning speech. She took blame for Nabal's folly, acknowledged David's future as king, and urged him not to have this blood guilt on his hands. 1 Samuel 25 verses 23 to 31. 8. She averts a disaster. David blessed her in her discernment, saying, "Blessed be the Lord, who sent you this day to meet me. Blessed be your discretion." Her wisdom turned away his vengeance. 1 Samuel 25 verses 32 to 33. 9. God's judgment on Nabal. When Abigail told Nabal what she had done, his heart died within him, and he became as a stone. About 10 days later, the Lord struck Nabal, and he died, fulfilling David's earlier prayer. 1 Samuel 25 verses 37 to 38. 10. She becomes David's wife. Upon hearing of Nabal's death, David sent for Abigail to make her his wife. She, who had prophetically recognized his kingship, now became part of the royal line, a fitting reward for her courage and faith. 1 Samuel 25 verses 39 to 42. Abigail's story is a timeless lesson on the power of wisdom, diplomacy, and faithful action to change the course of history. Thank you for watching. The story of Adam is the story of us all. It's a tale of perfect beginnings, a tragic choice, and a legacy that echoes through every human life. But beyond the simple Sunday school summary, what does the Bible actually tell us about the first man? Today, we're exploring 10 profound and descriptive facts about Adam that reveal deep truths about our identity, our purpose, and our need for a Savior. 1. Divine creation, formed by God's hands. Unlike the rest of creation spoken into existence, Adam was intimately fashioned by God from the dust of the earth. God then breathed his own breath into Adam's nostrils, making him a living soul, a unique combination of the physical and the divine. Genesis 2 verse 7. 2. The first gardener and guardian of Eden. God placed Adam in the lush Garden of Eden with a purposeful vocation, to work the ground and care for God's creation. This wasn't mere labor. It was a sacred stewardship, a perfect partnership with God in maintaining paradise. Genesis 2 verse 15. 3. The first scientist and taxonomist. In a profound display of God-given authority and intellect, Adam was tasked with naming every living creature. This act was more than labeling. It was an exercise in understanding the character and essence of each animal God had made. Genesis 2 verse 19. 4. The revelation of need. The first not good. After each stage of creation, God declared it good. But after creating Adam, God declared something for the first time as not good: Adam's solitude. This highlights that human relationship and community are central to God's design. Genesis 2 verse 18. 5. The deep sleep in the creation of Eve. God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and from his side, he created Eve. This was not a creation from his head to rule over him, nor from his feet to be trampled, but from his side to be his equal partner, close to his heart. Genesis 2 verses 21 to 22. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts, verses, and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 6. The architect of marriage. Upon seeing Eve, Adam proclaimed the first poem in the Bible, defining the covenant of marriage. His words, "Bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh," establish the profound unity and commitment that is the foundation of the family. Genesis 2 verses 23 to 24. 7. The single prohibition in a world of abundance. In a paradise filled with every good thing to eat, God gave Adam one clear boundary: do not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. This single rule was a test of trust and obedience, granting humanity the dignity of free will. Genesis 2 verses 16 to 17. 8. Passive disobedience and the fall. When temptation came, Adam, who received the command directly from God, was passive. He was with her during the serpent's deception and chose to eat the fruit willingly, sharing in the responsibility for the fall and its catastrophic consequences. Genesis 3 verse 6. 9. The curse and the promise of toil. As a direct result of Adam's sin, the very ground he was meant to steward was cursed. His work would become frustrating toil, a struggle against thorns and thistles. Yet, even in judgment, God's mercy allowed for sustenance through painful labor. Genesis 3 verses 17 to 19. 10. A historical figure in the line of Christ. The Bible treats Adam not as a myth but as a real, historical person. The genealogy of Jesus in the Gospel of Luke traces the lineage of Christ all the way back to Adam, the Son of God, confirming his place as the literal progenitor of all humanity. including the Savior. Luke 3 verse 38. From the dust of the earth to the Father of nations. Adam's life set the stage for all of human history. His story is a mirror reflecting our own struggles with temptation, obedience, and the longing for restoration. If this deeper look into Adam's life gave you a new perspective, please show your support by liking this video. Subscribe to the channel for more content that digs into the foundational stories of the Bible, and don't forget to share it with a friend who enjoys biblical insights. Thanks for watching. Among the 12 apostles, some, like Peter and John, stand in the spotlight. Others, like James the Less, serve faithfully in the background. But his quiet presence reminds us that every role in God's kingdom is vital. Here are 5 facts about this often overlooked apostle. 1. He was known as the Less. He is called James the Less to distinguish him from James, the brother of John. The title Less likely refers to being younger or shorter in stature, not lesser in faith. It shows that God values faithfulness, not fame. Mark 15 verse 40. 2. He was the son of Alphaeus. The Bible identifies him specifically as James, son of Alphaeus. This simple designation sets him apart and anchors him in the community of disciples, showing that even the less prominent followers were known and valued by Jesus. Matthew 10 verse 3. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. His mother served at the cross. While most of the disciples fled, James's mother, named Mary, was among the brave women who witnessed Jesus' crucifixion from a distance. Her faithfulness suggests a family deeply committed to Jesus, even in his darkest hour. Mark 15 verse 40. 4. He was a witness of the risen Christ. As one of the 12, James the Less was a first-hand witness of Jesus' ministry, death, and resurrection. He was there when the risen Christ appeared to the disciples, affirming his role as a foundational witness of the gospel. Implied, Acts 1 verses 12 to 13. 5. His legacy is faithful obscurity. James the Less never wrote a book of the Bible or led the church like Peter. His legacy is one of faithful obscurity, showing us that we don't need a famous name to make an eternal impact. Simply following Jesus where he places us is enough. 1 Corinthians 12 verse 22. In a world that craves recognition, James the Less is a quiet hero. He reminds us that God's kingdom is built not only by the towering figures but also by the faithful, steady service of those whose names we barely know. Who is it James the Less in your life? Someone who serves faithfully without recognition. Give them a shout out in the comments. If you value the unsung heroes, hit the like button and subscribe. His story contains one of the most powerful miracles of Jesus, a miracle that wasn't just a healing, but a reversal of death itself. The story of Lazarus is a profound declaration that Jesus has authority over our final enemy. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. He was the brother of Mary and Martha. Lazarus lived in the village of Bethany with his 2 sisters, Mary and Martha. The Gospel of John specifically notes that Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus, highlighting their close, personal friendship with the Lord. John 11 verse 5. 2. Jesus intentionally delayed coming to him. When Lazarus fell ill, his sisters sent a desperate message to Jesus. Upon hearing the news, Jesus did something shocking. He stayed where he was for 2 more days. This delay was not neglect, but a divine setup to reveal God's glory in a greater way. John 11 verse 6. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He was dead for 4 days. By the time Jesus arrived in Bethany, Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. This detail is crucial. In Jewish tradition, the soul was believed to linger near the body for 3 days. After 4 days, there was no doubt, death was absolute and irreversible to everyone but Jesus. John 11 verses 17 and 39. 4. Jesus wept before raising him. Upon seeing the grief of Mary and the others, Jesus was deeply moved in spirit and troubled. Then, In the shortest verse in the Bible, we see his humanity. Jesus wept. He was not a distant miracle worker, but a friend who entered into the pain of loss, even though he was about to defeat it. John 11 verse 35. 5. His resurrection plotted by the religious leaders. Lazarus' resurrection was so powerful and public that many Jews put their faith in Jesus. This prompted the chief priests to plot to kill not only Jesus, but Lazarus as well, because his very existence was a living testimony to Jesus' divine power. John 12 verses 10 to 11. Lazarus' story is so much more than a miracle. It's a promise. Jesus' words, "I am the resurrection and the life," were proven true at that tomb. It assures us that the one who wept with grieving friends holds ultimate power over death, offering eternal life to all who believe. What does the statement, "I am the resurrection and the life," mean to you personally? Share in the comments. If this message of hope resonates with you, please like and subscribe. In the famous love story of Jacob and Rachel, there is another woman, often overlooked, yet profoundly significant. Her name was Leah, and her story is one of heartbreak, hidden worth, and a legacy that would shape a nation. Here are 5 key facts about her. 1. She was unloved from the start. Leah was given in marriage to Jacob through a cruel deception by her father, Laban. The Bible states plainly that Jacob loved Rachel more than Leah, and that Leah was unloved. She began her married life in the shadow of his sister. Genesis 29 verses 30 to 31. 2. Her name likely means weary or wild cow. Unlike the beautiful meanings of many biblical names, Leah's name is thought to derive from a word meaning weary, less flatteringly, wild cow. This perhaps reflected her father's view of her and set the stage for her difficult life. Meaning explained through context. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. She became a mother through God's compassion. Though she was unloved by her husband, God saw her pain. He opened her womb, and she bore Jacob his first sons. With each birth, she expressed her deep longing for her husband's affection, naming her sons Reuben, see, a son, Simeon, herd, and Levi, attached. Genesis 29 verse 32. 4. She fought for her husband's affection. In a poignant and desperate act, Leah traded some mandrakes, thought to aid fertility, she had gathered to Rachel for a night with Jacob. This shows the painful rivalry between the sisters and Leah's relentless hope to win her husband's love. Genesis 30 verses 15 to 16. 5. Her legacy was greater than she knew. Despite feeling overlooked, Leah's legacy was monumental. Her son, Judah, became the ancestor of King David and, ultimately, Jesus Christ. Another son, Levi, became the father of the priestly line. The unloved wife became the matriarch of the Messiah. Verse on screen, Genesis 49 verse 10. Leah's story is a powerful testament to finding our worth not in the affections of others, but in the compassionate gaze of God. She was deemed unloved by man, but chosen by God for an eternal purpose, reminding us that our value is defined by our Creator, not our circumstances. Have you ever felt overlooked or undervalued? How does Leah's story speak to you? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this message of hidden worth resonated with you, please like and subscribe. He was born into a family rivalry, and his name reflected a desperate hope for love. Yet, from this complicated beginning would come one of the most important tribes in Israel's history. Here are 5 key facts about Levi. 1. His name means attached. Leah gave her third son the name Levi, saying, "Now at last my husband will become attached to me." His name was a cry from his mother's heart, expressing her deep longing that Jacob's heart would finally be joined to hers. Genesis 29 verse 34. 2. He was the full brother of Judah. Levi was the third of Leah's first 4 sons, making him the full brother of Reuben, Simeon, and, significantly, Judah. This close brotherhood placed him in the foundational line of Israel's tribes, with Judah later becoming the royal line and Levi the priestly line. Genesis 35 verse 23. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. Jacob cursed their anger in his final blessing. In his final prophecy, Jacob did not bless Simeon and Levi. He condemned their fierce anger and cruel wrath. He prophesied that they would be scattered in Israel, a punishment for their violence at Shechem. Genesis 49 verses 5 and 7. 4. His tribe was chosen for a sacred purpose. In a stunning reversal, God transformed Jacob's curse into a blessing. After the incident with the golden calf, the tribe of Levi stood with Moses. God then chose them to be his priests and caretakers of the tabernacle, scattering them not as punishment, but as a blessing in every Israelite community. Deuteronomy 33 verses 8 to 10. 5. He is the ancestor of Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. The tribe of Levi produced Israel's most foundational leaders: Moses, the great deliverer and lawgiver; Aaron, the first high priest; and Miriam, the prophetess. From a legacy of violence came the mediators of God's law and worship. Exodus 2 verse 1. Levi's story is a powerful lesson in God's ability to redeem a legacy. What was meant for a curse, God used for his glory. From a violent beginning came a tribe set apart for holy service, proving that God can transform our deepest flaws into our greatest purpose. Where have you seen God turn a difficult part of your story into something purposeful? Share in the comments. If you're amazed by God's redemptive power, please like and subscribe. He was a doctor, a historian, a travel companion, and the only Gentile author in the entire New Testament. The man we know as Luke gave us a beautifully detailed account of the life of Jesus and the birth of the early church. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. He was a Gentile physician. Luke was not a Jewish disciple. He was a highly educated Gentile and a physician by trade. His medical background shines through in his writings, as he pays careful attention to healing miracles and uses precise medical terminology. Colossians 4 verse 14. 2. He wrote more of the New Testament than anyone else. If you measure by word count, Luke is the single largest contributor to the New Testament. He authored both the Gospel of Luke and the Acts of the Apostles, which together make up over a quarter of the entire New Testament text. Contextual fact. 3. He was a loyal travel companion to Paul. Luke was a faithful companion to the Apostle Paul during his dangerous missionary travels. In Acts, the narrative suddenly shifts to we instead of they, indicating that Luke joined the team and witnessed events firsthand. Acts 16 verse 10. 4. His gospel highlights the outcasts and women. Luke's gospel has a special emphasis on Jesus' love for society's outsiders. He includes more parables and stories about women, the poor, and social outcasts than any other gospel, showcasing the universal reach of God's grace. Luke 19 verse 10. 5. He was a careful historian. Luke opens his gospel by stating his methodical approach. He carefully investigated everything from the beginning to write an orderly account. This makes his work not only inspired scripture but also a reliable historical document. Luke 1 verse 3. Luke's legacy is immense. As a Gentile, he shows us that the gospel is for everyone. As a doctor, he brings a healer's compassion to the story. And as a historian, he gives us a trustworthy record of the most important events in human history. Which of Luke's unique stories, like the Good Samaritan or the prodigal son, is most meaningful to you? Share in the comments. If you appreciate the depth of the Gospels, please like and subscribe. His gospel is the shortest, the fastest paced, and filled with immediate action. But who was the man behind the narrative? He was Mark, a follower who started his journey with a failure but became a vital voice for the early church. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. His gospel is action-packed and urgent. Mark's favorite word is the Greek word euthys, which means immediately or at once. He uses it over 40 times. This gives his gospel a rapid, energetic feel, focusing on Jesus as a man of powerful action. A key example, Mark 1 verse 42. 2. He deserted Paul and Barnabas on a mission. Mark, also called John Mark, initially joined Paul and Barnabas on their first missionary journey, but he left them partway through and returned to Jerusalem. This failure caused a sharp disagreement that later separated Paul and Barnabas. Acts 15 verses 37 to 39. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He was eventually reclaimed and redeemed. Mark didn't stay a failure. He was later reconciled to Paul, who called him a fellow worker and comfort. More importantly, He became a close companion and interpreter for the Apostle Peter, whose eyewitness accounts likely formed the basis of his gospel. 2 Timothy 4 verse 11. 4. His symbol is the lion. In Christian tradition, the four gospel writers are represented by four living creatures. Mark's symbol is the lion, reflecting the powerful, royal voice that cries out in the wilderness at the beginning of his account. Mark 1 verse 3. 5. He focused on Jesus the suffering servant. While Matthew highlights Jesus as king, Mark emphasizes Jesus as the suffering servant. He doesn't include a genealogy of kings but jumps right into the service and sacrifice of the Son of God, who came not to be served, but to save, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Mark 10 verse 45. Mark's story gives hope to all of us who have ever failed or quit. God's grace is powerful enough to redeem our past and repurpose our lives for his glory. From a deserter, Mark became a dependable historian of the greatest story ever told. Have you ever experienced a second chance that changed your life? Share your story to encourage others. If you're inspired by stories of redemption, please like and subscribe. In a family of 12 brothers, one would rise above the rest to carry the most important legacy in human history. His name was Judah, and from his line would come kings, and ultimately, the King of Kings. Here are 5 key facts about him. 1. His name means praise. After giving birth to her 4th son, Leah declared, "This time I will praise the Lord." So she named him Judah. His very name was a declaration of worship, shifting the focus from her struggle for Jacob's love to praising God. Genesis 29 verse 35. 2. He interceded to save Joseph's life. When the brothers plotted to kill Joseph, it was Judah who intervened. He said, "What will we gain if we kill our brother? Let's sell him." While still a terrible act, this intervention spared Joseph's life and set in motion God's plan to preserve their family. Genesis 37 verses 26 to 27. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He failed his daughter-in-law, Tamar. Judah failed to give his 3rd son to his daughter-in-law, Tamar, as custom required. In a dramatic turn, Tamar disguised herself and revealed Judah's hypocrisy. When confronted, Judah admitted, "She is more righteous than I," acknowledging his own failure. Genesis 38 verse 26. 4. He offered himself as a guarantee for Benjamin. Years later in Egypt, when Joseph demanded Benjamin remain as a slave, Judah offered himself in his brother's place. This selfless act showed his transformation from the brother who sold Joseph into slavery to the brother willing to become a slave to save his family. Genesis 44 verse 33. 5. He received the messianic blessing. In his final prophecy, Jacob gave Judah an incredible blessing. The scepter will not depart from Judah, and the obedience of the nation shall be his. This pointed directly to King David and, ultimately, to Jesus Christ, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Genesis 49 verse 10. Judah's story is one of profound transformation. He was a flawed man, a betrayer and a hypocrite, yet he grew into a selfless leader. His life proves that God's redemptive plans are not thwarted by our failures but are fulfilled through his grace. How have you seen growth and redemption in your own story? Share in the comments. If you're amazed by how God uses imperfect people, please like and subscribe. For 2,000 years, one name has echoed through history, inspiring countless lives and shaping the very fabric of our world. His name is Jesus. But who is he, beyond the familiar stories? Let's explore 10 transformative facts about Jesus Christ. 1. His identity is prophesied. Centuries before his birth, the prophet Isaiah foretold a sign from God himself. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel. This name means God with us. Jesus wasn't just a good man or a wise teacher. His arrival was the fulfillment of a divine promise, marking the moment when the Creator entered his creation. His very name, Yeshua, means the Lord saves, defining his mission from the very beginning. Isaiah 7 verse 14, Matthew 1 verses 21 to 23. 2. He affirmed the outcasts. In a culture riddled with divisions, Jesus consistently crossed social barriers. In John chapter 4, he did the unthinkable by openly teaching a Samaritan woman. He told her, "The one speaking to you I am he. John 4 verse 26. This was a direct revelation of his identity as the Messiah to someone who was a double outcast. His message of living water was for everyone, breaking down walls of gender, race, and social status. John 4 verse 26. 3. He calmed a storm with a command. Mark chapter 4 tells us that a furious squall arose on the sea, terrifying the disciples. They woke Jesus, fearing for their lives. The Bible tells us, he got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down and it was completely calm. Mark 4 verse 39. This miracle demonstrated his absolute authority over nature itself, offering peace in the midst of our most terrifying storms. Mark 4 verse 39. 4. He healed a man born blind. In John chapter 9, Jesus encountered a man blind from birth. His disciples asked who was to blame for his condition. Jesus reframed the question, saying, "Neither this man nor his parents sinned, but this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him." John 9 verse 3. He then healed the man, showing that God's heart is to display his power and compassion through our weaknesses. John 9 verse 3. 5. He fed the 5,000 with a boy's lunch. In John chapter 6, a huge crowd followed Jesus. Seeing their need, he took a boy's small lunch. The scripture says, Jesus then took the loaves, gave thanks, and distributed to those who were seated as much as they wanted. He did the same with the fish. John 6 verse 11. Over 5,000 people were fed, with 12 baskets left over, proving his abundant provision for our needs. John 6 verse 11. 6. He raised his friend from the dead. When Lazarus died, Jesus told Martha, "I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die." John 11 verse 25. He then went to the tomb and called out, "Lazarus, come out." John 11 verse 43. The man who had been dead for 4 days walked out, alive. This was a powerful declaration of his power over death itself. John 11 verses 25 and 43. 7. He taught a radical ethic of love. In his Sermon on the Mount, Jesus revolutionized moral teaching. He declared, "But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." Matthew 5 verse 44. This command flipped eye for an eye on its head, calling his followers to a higher standard that reflects the merciful and perfect character of God the Father. Matthew 5 verse 44. 8. He washed his disciples' feet. On the night before his death, Jesus performed a shocking act of humility. After washing his disciples' feet, he told them, "Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you." John 13 verses 14 to 15. He modeled that true greatness is found in serving others. John 13 verses 14 to 15. 9. He offered grace to a condemned woman. When religious leaders brought a woman caught in adultery to Jesus, he responded, "Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." John 8 verse 7. After her accusers left, Jesus told her, "Then neither do I condemn you. Go now and leave your life of sin." John 8 verse 11. In this, he perfectly balanced grace and truth, offering a fresh start. John 8 verses 7 and 11. 10. He commissioned his followers with peace. After his resurrection, Jesus appeared to his terrified disciples. His first words were, "Peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, I am sending you." John 20 verse 21. He didn't commission them with a sword, but with a message of peace and reconciliation, empowering them to bring his hope to the world. John 20 verse 21. The life of Jesus Christ is a stunning portrait of divine power clothed in humble compassion. He calmed storms, healed the broken, conquered death, and redefined love. His invitation to know him and follow him remains open to all. Which of these facts about Jesus resonates most with you today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video meaningful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message of hope. From an infant hidden in the Nile to the leader who stood before Pharaoh, Moses' extraordinary life continues to inspire millions. Here are 5 essential facts about this monumental biblical figure. 1. A miraculous beginning. Moses' life began under a death sentence, but his mother placed him in a basket on the Nile River. In a stunning turn, Pharaoh's own daughter found him and adopted him as her own. This divine rescue placed Moses in the royal household, where he received an education that would later equip him to lead a nation. Exodus 2 verses 5 to 6. 2. The divine encounter. After fleeing Egypt, Moses spent 40 years as a shepherd. Then God appeared in a miraculous burning bush that wasn't consumed by the flames. From this holy ground, God called Moses to return to Egypt and confront Pharaoh, revealing his sacred name, Yahweh, and promising to be with him every step of the way. Exodus 3 verses 2 to 3. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. Confronting power. Armed only with a staff and God's promise, Moses repeatedly confronted the most powerful ruler on earth. Through 10 dramatic plagues, God demonstrated his supreme authority over Egypt's gods, each miracle increasing pressure on Pharaoh to release God's people from bondage. Exodus 9 verse 1. 4. The parted sea. Trapped between the Red Sea and Egypt's approaching army, Moses stretched out his hand as God commanded. Overnight, a mighty wind parted the waters, creating a dry path for over 2 million Israelites to cross safely. One of the most spectacular miracles in biblical history. Exodus 14 verse 21. 5. Receiving divine law. On Mount Sinai, Moses spent 40 days in God's presence, receiving not just the 10 Commandments but the entire covenant law that would shape Israel's worship, justice system, and daily life for generations to come. Exodus 31 verse 18. Moses' incredible journey, from prince to prophet, shows us that God prepares and positions those he calls, empowering them to fulfill purposes far greater than they could imagine. Which part of Moses' story inspires you most? Share in the comments. For more biblical profiles, don't forget to like and subscribe. In an age of widespread corruption, one man's faithfulness preserved life itself. The story of Noah and the Great Flood remains one of the most epic accounts of judgment and grace. Here are 5 essential facts about this righteous patriarch. 1. A righteous man in a corrupt world. While the world descended into wickedness, Noah stood out as uniquely righteous. Genesis tells us he was a man who walked faithfully with God amid generations of corruption. His faithfulness positioned him to receive God's warning and his monumental mission. Genesis 6 verse 9. 2. The Ark of Salvation. God gave Noah specific instructions to build an enormous ark, 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. This massive vessel would become the means of salvation for Noah's family and representatives of every land animal, preserving life through the coming judgment. Genesis 6 verses 14 to 15. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. The Great Flood. For 40 days and nights, the floodgates of heaven opened and the underground springs burst forth. The waters rose until they covered even the highest mountains, fulfilling God's judgment on the earth's corruption, while the ark floated safely above the destruction. The waters rose and covered the mountains to a depth of more than 15 cubits. Every living thing that moved on land perished. Genesis 7 verses 20 to 21. 4. God's covenant remembered. After the waters receded, God established his covenant with Noah, promising never again to destroy the earth with a flood. The rainbow became the eternal sign of this promise, a beautiful reminder of God's mercy and faithfulness to all generations. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Genesis 9 verse 13. 5. A fresh start for humanity. Noah and his family emerged from the ark to a cleansed earth, commissioned to repopulate the world and steward God's creation. They represented humanity's second chance, a new beginning built on the foundation of one man's obedience and God's preserving grace. Genesis 9 verse 1. Noah's story stands as a powerful testament to the impact of one faithful life. His obedience amidst global corruption preserved not just his family, but the future of all creation. What does Noah's example of faithfulness mean to you? Share your thoughts in the comments. For more biblical profiles, be sure to like and subscribe. Began as Christianity's fiercest persecutor and became its most influential missionary. The story of Paul the Apostle is one of the most dramatic transformations in history. Here are 5 essential facts about this remarkable man. 1. The persecutor of the church. Before he was Paul, he was Saul of Tarsus, a devout, highly educated Pharisee who was violently opposed to the new Christian movement. He approved of the execution of Stephen and passionately sought to destroy the church, arresting believers and throwing them in prison. Acts 8 verse 3. 2. The Damascus Road conversion. While traveling to Damascus to arrest more Christians, Saul was confronted by the risen Jesus himself. A brilliant light from heaven flashed around him, and he heard a voice saying, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" This moment of divine encounter instantly transformed the persecutor into a follower. Acts 9 verses 4 and 6. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. The Apostle to the Gentiles. After his conversion, God specifically called Paul to take the gospel to the non-Jewish world, the Gentiles. He embarked on multiple missionary journeys across the Roman Empire, tirelessly planting churches and arguing that salvation through Jesus was a free gift of grace for all people, Jew and Gentile alike. Acts 22 verse 21. 4. Author of nearly half the New Testament. Paul's lasting legacy is his writing. He authored 13 of the 27 books of the New Testament. These letters, written to churches and individuals, explain Christian doctrine, tackle practical issues, and explore the profound depths of God's grace, shaping Christian theology for 2,000 years. Romans 1 verse 16. 5. A life of suffering for the gospel. His mission came at a great personal cost. He faced opposition constantly. He was beaten, stoned, shipwrecked, imprisoned, and constantly in danger. Yet through it all, he could declare that he considered his sufferings worth it for the sake of knowing Christ and making him known. 2 Corinthians 11 verse 23. Paul's life is a powerful testament that no one is beyond the reach of God's grace. His journey from persecutor to apostle shows that God can redeem anyone's past for an extraordinary purpose. Which of Paul's letters has impacted you the most? Share in the comments. For more stories of transformation, don't forget to like and subscribe. His story is one of the most dramatic warnings in the Bible, a tale of compromise, rescue, and devastating loss. As the nephew of Abraham, Lot had every advantage, but his choices led to tragic consequences. Here are 5 essential facts about Lot. 1. A nephew of promise. Lot was a nephew of the great patriarch Abraham. He journeyed with his uncle from Mesopotamia to the Promised Land, sharing in God's blessing and protection. He witnessed miracles and God's faithfulness firsthand, positioning him for a life of great purpose and promise. Genesis 12 verse 4. 2. The choice of compromise. When the land could no longer support both their herds, Abraham gave Lot the choice of where to settle. Instead of staying close to his godly uncle, Lot chose based on wealth and comfort, pitching his tent near the wicked city of Sodom, a decision that would put his family in grave spiritual danger. Genesis 13 verses 12 to 13. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. A compromised witness in Sodom. Lot didn't just live near Sodom. He moved in and became a leader, sitting at the city gate. Yet when angels visited to rescue him, he tried to protect them by offering a horrifying compromise. His life in the city had weakened his moral authority, showing how deeply he had assimilated into a corrupt culture. Genesis 19 verse 7. 4. A reluctant rescue. Because of Abraham's intercession, God sent angels to rescue Lot's family. Yet Lot hesitated, so attached was he to his life in Sodom. The angels had to physically seize their hands and drag them to safety, declaring they could do nothing until Lot was out of the city, a powerful picture of God's mercy despite our reluctance to leave our sin. Verse on screen, Genesis 19:15. 5. The cost of looking back. As fire and brimstone rained down, Lot's family was given one clear command: flee for your lives. Don't look back. But Lot's wife disobeyed. Her heart remained in Sodom, and her look back became an eternal warning, a pillar of salt symbolizing the spiritual death that comes from clinging to a sinful past. Genesis 19 verse 26. Lot's story serves as a solemn reminder that God's rescue requires our full departure from sin. It challenges us to examine where we might be compromising and what we might be clinging to that could cost us everything. What do you think is the main lesson from Lot's life? Share your reflections in the comments. For more biblical character studies, like and subscribe. He was one of the most despised men in Israel, a collaborator with the Roman Empire. Yet, with 2 simple words, Jesus turned his life completely around. Here are 5 transformative facts about Matthew the Apostle. 1. The hated tax collector. Before meeting Jesus, Matthew was a tax collector in Capernaum, known also as Levi. He was considered a traitor by his own people for working for the Roman occupiers. Tax collectors were notorious for overcharging, making them both socially and spiritually outcasts. Matthew 9 verse 9. 2. The simple, powerful call. Jesus didn't give Matthew a long theological lecture. He simply walked up to his tax booth and said, "Follow me." In that moment, Matthew faced the ultimate choice: cling to his wealth and security or follow a wandering teacher who offered him a new identity. Matthew 9 verse 9. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. The immediate response. The most remarkable part of Matthew's story is his instant obedience. He didn't ask for time to think or to collect his earnings. He got up, walked away from his lucrative business, and never looked back. This demonstrates the compelling power of Jesus' personal call. Luke 5 verse 28. 4. A celebration for the outcasts. To celebrate his new life, Matthew threw a great banquet at his house and invited all his friends, other tax collectors and sinners. When the religious leaders criticized Jesus for eating with such people, Jesus gave his famous reply: "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick." Mark 2 verse 15. 5. Author of the first gospel. The former tax collector became a powerful evangelist and the author of the first book of the New Testament. His gospel, written especially for a Jewish audience, brilliantly presents Jesus as the long-awaited Messiah, the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecy. Matthew 1 verse 1. Matthew's story is a powerful reminder that no one is beyond the reach of God's grace. Jesus specializes in calling the unlikely and transforming them for his glorious purposes. Who in your life needs to hear that Jesus calls the unlikely? Share this video with them. For more stories of transformation, be sure to like and subscribe. When foolish pride threatened to unleash a massacre, one woman's wisdom and courage changed the course of history. Abigail's swift action not only saved her household but preserved the future king of Israel from needless bloodshed. 1. Married to foolishness. 1 Samuel 25 verses 2-3. Abigail was wed to Nabal, whose name meant fool. While he was harsh and selfish, she was known for her intelligence and beauty. Her wisdom shone brightest in the darkest moments. 2. The strategic intercession. 1 Samuel 25 verses 18-19. Abigail didn't wait for permission. She acted with stunning efficiency, preparing a king's ransom of food. This was no May peace offering. It was a tactical masterpiece to appease an offended warrior. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts, verses and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. The humble appeal. 1 Samuel 25 verses 23-31. Her speech is one of the most brilliant diplomatic appeals in Scripture. She accepted blame she didn't deserve, acknowledged David's destiny, and urged him not to have this burden of needless bloodshed on his reign. 4. Divine vindication. 1 Samuel 25 verses 32-38. David blessed Abigail for preventing his revenge. Meanwhile, God struck Nabal. The fool died in his drunkenness. Abigail's wisdom was vindicated by divine intervention. 5. An unexpected crown. 1 Samuel 25 verses 39-42. From the wife of a fool to the wife of a future king. Abigail's courage earned her a place in David's story and in the lineage of Christ himself. Matthew 1 verses 5-6. Abigail's story challenges us. Do we have the wisdom to de-escalate conflict, the courage to act quickly, the humility to speak truth to power? Her legacy proves that sometimes the most powerful weapon is a gift offered in peace. He was one of the most fiery and dramatic prophets in the Bible. a man who challenged kings and called down fire from heaven. Known as Elijah in most Bibles, and Elias in the Douay version, his story is one of absolute faith in God's power. Here are 5 key facts. 1. His name means Yahweh is my God. His name was his mission. In an age when Israel was worshipping the pagan god Baal under King Ahab and Queen Jezebel, Elias stood as a living declaration that the Lord, Yahweh, was the one true God. 1 Kings 17 verse 1. 2. He was fed by ravens. When God told Elias to hide from King Ahab, he provided for him in a miraculous way. Ravens brought him bread and meat every morning and evening, showing that God can use even the most unlikely means to sustain his faithful servants. 1 Kings 17 verse 6. Like, share, comment and subscribe for more amazing Bible facts and people. Check out more people of the Bible in the playlist link in description. 3. He challenged the prophets of Baal on Mount Carmel. In one of the Bible's most iconic confrontations, Elias challenged 450 prophets of Baal to a contest. He built an altar, drenched it with water, and called on God, who answered with fire from heaven, proving he alone was God. 1 Kings 18 verses 38 to 39. 4. He heard God in a still small voice. After his great victory, a threatened Elias fled into the wilderness, discouraged. God revealed himself not in a wind, earthquake, or fire, but in a still small voice. It was a reminder that God's power is often found in quiet intimacy, not just dramatic displays. 1 Kings 19 verses 12 to 13. 5. He was taken to heaven in a whirlwind. Elias did not experience a physical death. Instead, God took him to heaven in a whirlwind, accompanied by a chariot and horses of fire. This miraculous departure solidified his legacy as one of God's most powerful prophets. 2 Kings 2 verse 11. From confronting kings to being sustained by ravens, the life of Elias is a powerful testament to what God can do through one person who is fully committed to him. He is a prophet of fire, but also a man who learned to listen for the whisper. Which miracle of Elias is most powerful to you? Share in the comments. For more on the great prophets, be sure to like and subscribe. The Bible records miracles that reveal God's absolute power and sovereignty. Let's witness 5 extraordinary acts of the divine. 1. The birth of Isaac. At 100 years old, Abraham and 90-year-old Sarah received their promised son, Isaac. This miracle demonstrated God's faithfulness in fulfilling his covenant, proving that what he promises, he accomplishes. 2. The burning bush. God appeared to Moses in a bush that burned without being consumed. This sacred encounter revealed God's holiness and his call to deliver his people from bondage. 3. Moses' leprous hand. God afflicted and healed Moses' hand instantly, showing his power to bring both judgment and restoration. This sign affirmed Moses' divine commissioning. 4. Aaron's rod becomes a serpent. Aaron's staff transformed into a serpent, overpowering Pharaoh's magicians. This miracle displayed God's supremacy over all false gods and human power. 5. The plague of frogs. God sent a swarm of frogs to invade Egypt, showing his control over creation. Even Pharaoh's magicians could not reverse it, proving only God has ultimate authority. These miracles were not mere displays of power. They were divine revelations of God's nature. He is sovereign, faithful, and worthy of all reverence. If this video strengthened your faith, please like, subscribe, and share to encourage others. May we always stand in awe of God's mighty works.